Good afternoon. My name is Edward Sanshin Oberholtzer. I'm the resident priest here at the Joseph Priestley Zen Sangha in Lewisburg, Pennsylvania. We're an affiliate of Empty Moon Zen. So here's the message. Get up and walk. Stand, place one foot in front of the other, and walk. Breathe. Pay attention, and walk. As Layman Pang said, it's as easy as getting out of bed and putting both feet on the floor in the morning. And here's a story of someone out for a walk. It's case 20 of the Book of Serenity. As the Master Jizo asks Hogan, "Where have you come from?" Hogan replies, "I pilgrimage aimlessly." Jizo then asks, "What's the matter of your pilgrimage?" To which Hogan replies, "I don't know." "Ah," says Jizo, "not knowing is the most intimate." Pilgrimaging aimlessly. Is there any better way to embody not knowing? And there in each moment you take a step, you breathe, you don't know. Of course, not all pilgrimages lack a goal. Along the mountainous landscape on the north of Spain lies the Camino de Santiago, the ancient pilgrimage route to the cathedral of Santiago de Compostela, to the tomb of St. James the Great, also known as the Moor Slayer. And doesn't that send a chill up your spine? The pilgrimage, though dating back to the Middle Ages, was revived in the 1950s by the Spanish government under Generalissimo Franco as a way to promote Catholicism, the preferred faith of the then fascist state. Modern pilgrims are drawn to make the journey for reasons ranging from the mundane to the sublime. My daughter has often talked about making the trek, with or without me, but I must say there is something immensely appealing about it, particularly if you can do it with someone fluent in both French and Spanish, and who also trained as an EMT, an important consideration when you're my age. Leaving the bloody origin story and the later political stain aside, a long walk through the Pyrenees from inn to Spanish inn, and you take a step. I've tried to talk her into the 88 temple pilgrimage on the island of Shikoku in Japan. But she, a wiser person than I, prefers the old Christian route as more likely to actually being accomplished in our lifetimes. Still, I was first drawn to the idea of a pilgrimage when I read of that long 1,000-mile walk in Japan, a trek that goes back to the Shingon priest Kobodashi, who, legend has it, continues to walk with the pilgrims, who themselves all walk with the phrase, Dogyo Ninen, we two together, Kobodashi and me. Walking pilgrimages seem like the overtly religious equivalent of hiking the Appalachian or the Pacific Ridge trails. There's a spiritual component in the simple act of walking and a goal, the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela, or in a non-Western context, the completion of the 88 temple pilgrimage, or perhaps simply Mount Katahdin, up there in the north of Maine. Another step. Nothing wrong with a goal, but to wander aimlessly, like Toshiro Mifune in the movie Yojimbo, arrive at a fork in the road, toss a stick in the air, and follow where it lands. Now, that's a pilgrimage. The Buddha tells us that there are 4 postures for meditation: sitting, standing, lying, and walking. In our practice of Zen, walking meditation is called kinhin, and I like to tell those of us new to the practice, and who isn't new to the practice, that kinhin The Soto practice of walking meditation is not simply an opportunity to rest and stretch your aching legs after a period of zazen, though God knows it is that. It's a meditation in its own right. The first time I experienced straight-up Soto Kinhin was, in all places, New Orleans, at the local Soto Temple, while there at the annual meeting of the American Library Association. After a period of zazen, we stood, turned, and though I know this could not be the case, that we actually moved down the line, we turned and stood, seeming to stand stock still. The clappers sounded, and we finished walking around the zendo, back to our places, bowed to our cushions, and resumed zazen. And we take a step. I'm older, and I know there was more distance involved. Shunryu Suzuki speaks to us of Kinhin like this. When you stand, your heels should be as far apart as the width of your own fist, your big toes in line with the centers of your own breasts. As in zazen, put some strength in your abdomen. Here also your hand should express yourself. Hold your left hand against your chest with fingers encircling your thumb and put your right hand over it. Holding your thumb pointed downward and your forearms parallel to the floor, you feel as if you have some round pillar at your grasp. A big round temple pillar, so that you cannot be slumped or tilted to the side. When we begin Kinhin, everyone will be spread out around the room. We walk clockwise around the room until each practitioner is about 2 or 3 feet behind the next one. Then we continue at the pace of the leader until the bell is rung. Upon the sound of the clapper, we bow, then walk, still clockwise around the room, until we find our seats. A bell is rung, and we bow to our cushions. The second bell is rung, and we bow to the center of the room, towards each other. Here my experience in New Orleans comes into play. When you walk, your foot never goes beyond half a foot's distance. Slow, slow, slow. Head up, eyes cast down. There is no goal, no end in sight. You're simply walking, moving, your hand in shashu, holding that not knowing close to your own heart. Just this. Others may set their sight on the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela. Not you. Others may quicken their pace. Not you. Pilgrimages may have a goal. Kinhin is goalless. One foot in front of another, step, step, step. Not knowing is most intimate.